Also, can people let me know about the volume of the music? It's always different. Like I'm going to about the volume of the music is always different. Why can't I hear myself? Like, I'm going to. What's up with that? Oh, I get it. I get it. Okay, I had like 50 billion tabs open. That's what happened. I'm like, no, echo, please. Why is there? Oh, yeah. Music. Sorry. There we go. Oh, I thought. Okay, no. I messed up.
Dreams among the stars while I'm standing on the pavement, spinning around, lost and found, just trying to make a statement. Lift the weight off my shoulders, let the birds.
Alright, there isn't music, it's a bit loud. Okay, let me tune it down. Okay, what about now? Greetings, everybody. There we go. Hold up. Give me like 5 more seconds. Still loud? Okay. Alright, what about now? Like music. Okay, actually, let me try and do it like this. What about now? The only thing that's confusing me are the knife crossbows. What? I have no idea what's going on. Oh, thank you. But I just saw that you complimented my work. Let me just, like... No! Please, no volume. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let me just actually open the... Where are you? Anyways, today I plan on not breaking anything. Open, and there we go. Perfect. Hello, world. What's up? Welcome to my stream, MTV. Let me just move this. Like, why is this so difficult to navigate? Yeah, so yeah, this is not allowing me to connect to other like chat services, so it's like I'll have to periodically check YouTube and Facebook in order to answer what people are saying. Or if you are on YouTube or Facebook, please go over to Twitch, where I will actually regularly be checking what people are saying in chat. So if you have any questions, it would be better if you do it somewhere where I'm going to check like more immediately. So there we go. So this is what I'm going to be working on today. This initially was a female, which is why you have like all of this topology going around, but I like took 5 minutes to make it more masculine looking and more basic, because it was like Natalie Portman before that. So today I'm going to be sculpting, like trying to see if I can get like a decent sculpt of this concept by Moby Francke, which is amazing. I wish there was more of his work out there, but it's okay. Okay, yeah, I know that I didn't break it because I was talking to, I know Alina was streaming earlier and she was saying how she can't connect to it, so I was like, okay, thanks for letting me know. Like, makes me feel less like, oh, I just break everything. Okay, let me just subdivide this up. So basically, and I mean, I wanted to start with something that has like good topology, because like this is from a female base that I made earlier, like a couple of months back. So I'm like, okay, I kind of agree with what's going on, the topology. So later, if I actually want to like do something with this, I can. I don't have to, like, it's easier for me to retopo it at that point. So yeah, that's, I think, a good subdivision level. Is it a Team Fortress 2 character or the concept? Yes, yes it is. Also, I need to turn off like my phone stuff. Okay, so it's the music. All right, like, can you even hear the music? Because I'm always like, I don't want absolute silence. It's not particularly entertaining to listen to while I am contemplating what's going on. I would like some amount of background noise. Yes, it's good. Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me get some eyes in here. Actually, I already have a sphere. Okay. I guess not. Yeah, I do. Or no, it's a sphere 3D, so it doesn't... I'd have to make it a polymesh 3D, I think. I don't know. I'm just going to do that. So how is everybody today? How's everybody's Sunday? While I'm still like in the initial blocking stages, I guess I might ask people what they're doing in their lives. And you know, enjoying their life prior to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Which reminds me, I need to buy an SSD. That would be great, right? Background noise. Yeah, so let me do this. Like, have some eyeballs in there. It has like kind of small. I mean, obviously, it's still kind of figure it out as you go. Let's mirror and weld that. Hello, mirror and weld. What? Okay. Why do you not want to work? Okay, so can you... Huh! It doesn't work for some reason. That's weird. Okay, well, I'm just going to duplicate, mirror over, like merge down. Okay. And then do this. Let's see what's going on. Let me see if anybody's like writing anything to me in the Facebook chat. Everybody's just sending me emojis. I am sending spiritual emojis back. There you go. Oh, is it the local symmetry? Oh man, okay. Thank you for pointing that out. So apparently if you have local symmetry on, it's not gonna wanna work. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of see, like, you know, set the speckle, but do I have the, yeah, okay, so what I do with the mouth is I always have, like, this bottom portion poly painted so that I can easily work on it afterwards. Poly painted, poly grouped, sorry. Right. So I can just do this and be like, okay, great. So I'm kind of, is that not symmetrical? That's not symmetrical. Okay, that's an issue. I'm just going to go in and see how much of... Ooh, what? Okay, alright, that's not good. Alright, let's go back in time. Sure, why not? Wow, that is not symmetrical at all now that I look at it. Okay. Whoa, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, let's, interesting. Okay. What? I'm like, can I... Why are you doing this to me? It's like, why is it masked? I don't get it. Okay, thanks. Okay, so I'm going to see... Oh yeah, see that? What is going on there? Alright, I'm just gonna do this. Maybe... Okay, let's mirror that over instead. Do that. What? Oh. Ooh. Okay, well, this is less than amazing. Let me move that slightly over. Okay. So maybe if I... No. I am bothered. Okay, I can live with this. This is fine. Hey Donna, if you don't mind me asking, how long did the sculpt and the title card take? Okay, so that was done for a 10-week long class at Noman. And then I worked on it for, I think, like an additional week or so. So I don't know in terms of hours how long that took. Because like I worked on it every week for a couple of hours, right? So it's difficult to gauge how long it actually took. I'm like, it could be 50, it could be 150, who knows? It could be less, like, I don't know, honestly. Hey Donna, good night, how are you? Good night, chat. Oh, are you leaving? I'm great, how are you? I think I'm doing pretty well. you know, just the usual life stuff. I say that, but I'm like, no, there's so much going on in my life. I don't like it. I mean, I don't like it. I like just like complaining about nothing, honestly. My life is fine. I'm arriving now. Oh, yay! Thank you for showing up. I hope that today's stream will be interesting enough. Okay, so I'm gonna make his eyes smaller and more in his eyes. Also, can this please stop making noises? That would be amazing. Thank you, phone. You're great. Also, I'm going to check the YouTube chat. Pixel Logic YouTube. Yeah. I have to like turn off the volume with the speed of light. Oh, can't find. I don't think it's. Am I even live on YouTube? Oh wow, I don't think I am. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Alright, that's weird. I guess that's a thing. Alright, well I guess I don't have to worry about YouTube chat. Which, I mean, sucks for people who usually watch this on YouTube, but whatever. Or like maybe I'm just not seeing it. If people could let me know, that would be amazing. No, that's... Ah! I'll wait for it to respond. I'll give it like the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I love it when this happens. Oh, see that? Every now and then things work out how I want them to. Yes, it has paid off. We just jumped in for time for a good friend. The loading ZBrush, yes. Yeah. Hi. Oh my god. So I actually have wondered in the past. I'm like, how do I pronounce her name? And do you pronounce it with like a J or like a Y, like Giovanni or Giovanni? I never know. But welcome to the stream. What up? Hey, side effects. How are you? No, the red wax gods have answered. It's great. Okay, so I'm going to have to approach this. I'm actually gonna have to start thinking about what I'm doing now, though. Okay, so eyes are like smaller. I'm just going to, you know, do that thing. That's funny. We'll get there. Don't worry about it. It's still, that first hour is, who called it? Somebody called it like the valley of the suck, when just like everything you do, you don't like whatsoever. It's like anything you do just does not look good. You know what's weird? I've actually never played. I mean, weird. No, I've actually never played Team Fortress. I'm like, I just really like this concept. I feel like that's me and a lot of concept art is like, oh, yeah, the eyes need to be more set back. think Elias? Hey, how are you? I haven't seen you in like 50 years. How's life treating you? Also, yeah, you caught my stream where things aren't breaking just yet, so that's great. Everybody loves technical difficulties, right? Is that the doctor from Team Fortress? Probably. I mean, yes, literally everybody's like, oh, it's the medic. So I'm like, yes, it's the medic. I haven't played the game. Don't kill me. Let me just also like I'm like hello. Somebody, Rudy says, ciao, very nice workshop. Thank you. I'm not doing a workshop, but if you wanna view it as such, that is great. But in a workshop, I actually have like responsibility to teach. Whereas this, I'm just like hanging out, doing things, talking to people, being angry at ZBrush, being happy at ZBrush. So a lot of stuff. Okay, so that still needs to be closer. So, actually, his eyes come out more. Oh yeah, so is anybody doing the art war contest? Because I want to, but I don't know if I'll have the time for it, but I want to do it. You know. I mean, I could probably find like the actual model of this, but why would I want to do that? Never played Team Fortress. Oh damn, someday you should totally try it. I haven't played it in years, but I remember it was an awesome game. I believe you. I feel like I need to just generally play more games, but I don't have the time. Because it's like with games, it's so much more time consuming, and like I can't multitask while I'm doing it, so that's why I like TV shows or movies. Like I can always maximize my time while doing it. Or like podcasts and books and things like that. How did you get to sorry, horrible reading skills? How did you get to this point in your life with art and 3D modeling? What is your philosophy on why you do it, and what do you focus on to improve your skill? This is an amazing question. Thank you for asking it. So okay, I'm giving him like an ugly profile also. So, with me, I mean, I feel like I've always been involved in art. Like I come from an artistic family, so it's something that's been kind of like ingrained into my life since like conception. But and I used to actually in high school, I really did not want to pursue an art career. I was like, I'm not gonna make any money doing this, like this is pointless. And then I found Nomen actually, and like I wasn't really sure. I wasn't like, oh, I have this passion to do this thing. It was more like I was like, okay, well, I know I'm like artistically inclined, so that's great. But like, what kind of a job can I have that, you know, is you know, structured in a way where it's profitable, right? But it wasn't just that. It's like when I saw Noman's website, so it's like obviously like the first thing I thought of was like, I'm not like really a gamer, but like I thought that the idea of like game design, which by the way, the word game design, especially when it comes to like education, is the most like misrepresentative thing ever, because it's like when you talk about game design in terms of like work, like what an actual game designer does versus like what game design programs at college are doing, and they're like two completely separate things, because it's like just completely unrelated. I mean, not completely unrelated, but it's just like it's a misnomer, I feel like. And so what happened was, like, I find Noman, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't really know exactly what I want to do in the entertainment industry, but I know, like, I don't know, you just have, like, that gut feeling where you know that this is the right choice. Because, like, I had been accepted to, like, 8 other American universities. Okay, I'm not, no, this jaw is not doing well. So, I'd been accepted to 8 other universities in the US, and they were all just like 4-year degree universities, and I was like, you know, like I'm not really amazed, and it's expensive, right? So I was like, okay, well, if I'm already going to be spending all this money, I might as well go to the best school there is for this particular field. And I find Noman, and I'm like mind blown, right? Like I had not even considered doing CG before. And like when I got there, people were like, oh, what's your dream job? What's this and that? And I'm like, well, I haven't experienced my dream job yet, so I can't specify that. Like I haven't worked at the studio. Like if I had a dream studio, like I have not worked there. I don't know how it is to work there. Right? So I can't judge it like that. But like with art and philosophy and like why I do what I do, it's more to me about, well, first of all, I think that I'm good at it, right? I have like it's not just like being good at it, but like it's about communicating certain ideas in a non-verbal sense. And I mean, I love talking, right? But to me, there's just like you never stop learning with art, and it can go in any direction ever, and it's just like I'm in a way it's like a personal journey of just like how much can you like what do you want to say, like what do you want to communicate, like how can you contribute from a visual standpoint, from an aesthetic standpoint. So I don't know. What are there? Hello, hi. Wait. Oh, Crunchy Dev asks me where I work at. Currently, I am just like doing like, I mean, I'm currently doing freelance because I'm like, I need to get sponsored in order to stay in the US. So I'm like working on updating my portfolio and stuff so that people can hire me. So they know that I know how to do things, you know, not just like make pretty pictures. Cause like, you know, you have to know how to do production art. So that's what I'm focusing on doing right now. Just get it like I'm like not getting better at it. Like I know how to do it. Okay, I'm gonna work on the eyes because I'm always like that's the thing that I'm always just like, if I nail the eyes early on, it'll really help me figure out the rest of the proportions more successfully. So I'm just like adding some mass around the eyes. Let me see if I missed a question. Wait. Well, also you asked me, sorry, you asked me what do I focus on to improve my skills. So with art, I mean, and especially the way that I view approaching art, it all has to do with observational skill. So, being able to observe and apply your observational knowledge to your own work, that's the most important thing. It's that, and I also view making art like writing an essay, right? So the way that you approach it is you have an ethos, like a thesis statement, right? And you're, even if it's like verbal or non-verbal, it doesn't matter. Like that's the whole point of art, is it's not written form. You do storytelling through visual cues, right? And so what happens is you figure out like what is it that you want to communicate, and then after that everything else is just your supporting paragraphs, right? So the way that you approach that is just like, oh, like anatomy, gesture, like whatever. It's like all those things have to support your thesis. Otherwise, it's just like, oh, well, the anatomy could be beautifully sculpted, but if it doesn't support your thesis, then it's pointless, you know? It's like, what's the point if it doesn't go together with what you're trying to say? So that's the thing, is like, even if you're using somebody else's concept, it's always your own interpretation of that concept, and like you always have to design. Even if you're not a designer, you're still designing shapes and forms, and like you're translating a 2D character design into like a 3D character design. Oops. Donna, did you 3D print something yet? It's so I'm still like configuring my apartment. I'm like I've been so busy, honestly, that I still haven't gotten around to it, which is horrible. I really want to do things, right? Like I need to do that. But I plan on it like ASAP. I just have like more, like, unfortunately I have a few other more important things going on in my life, like priorities. So I haven't gotten around to it just yet. I'm gonna block out his hair soon because it's gonna figure out how to do everything else. Thanks for your answer. I'm in the middle of a kind of degree at a university. I'm trying to decide who I am, how to improve myself, and what path I should take in life. Well, what is it that you're passionate about? Like, what do you want to get out of your education? Because it's like, what is the point of your education, right? It's like that. The good thing about Nomen is that, I mean, part of the reason why you go to Nomen is the connections. Is it's like, especially in this industry, it's like if nobody knows you personally, like how you are to work with is very important. Like who you are as a person is equally as important as you know, how good your art is. Because it's like if your art is good, but you are not easy to deal with, or like nobody knows who you are, it's difficult to essentially like get you to work somewhere. And so it's like if you're in the middle of nowhere, or like you're in a country where you don't have that many options, it's always really important to somehow figure out a way to like break in, right? I went to college for 3D art, was not worth it. Yeah, so it's like, it depends. It's like, are your teachers people who actually work in the industry, or are your teachers literally teachers? It's like, are they teaching because they couldn't get an actual job in the industry? So those are all really important things to ask yourself, is like being able to discern the quality of your education and being like, okay, is this worth it or not? Right. Like, is this going to further me in my career? It's like, it's not worth the monetary investment. Because it's like nowadays, especially, like I remember when I was starting out with 3D, there were a lot of really great resources, but now there's even, like, there's so many more. So it's like learning. The reason why I think it's good to go to a school, though, is because if you are not particularly self-motivated, it's very difficult to learn things, and it's very easy to learn things improperly, which is why I think it's important to talk to somebody who actually works in the field, is understanding how to do things appropriately. So, like, I remember, like, not that I remember, but it's like if you Google like a good topology, you get like 50 different conflicting results, and it's like, and if you don't know, how can you discern what is good topology and what isn't? So you might end up following something that's actually not good topology, thinking that it is, and that's the thing. Let me get back to the face. I'm gonna start making the hair happen. Okay, so it's interesting because his hair actually just kind of like fades and happens. So that, there we go. It's a sphere. What? Thanks. That's very sweet of you, ZBrush. Exactly what I wanted. How, like, whatever, it's fine. Elias, I missed the beginning. Do you usually use a pre-made base mesh, or do you start from a sphere? I hate starting from a sphere, because I'm like, what's the point? You know, I'm just gonna waste, I don't know, 20 minutes trying to block in a general shape if I could just have it there. You know, it's like, I always like to start from something else that already is closer to things happening. Also, I'm restarting ZBrush, so sorry for this beautiful background. Windows. I kind of went to college because my parents wanted me to. I didn't have a general direction to go in. I really love art and I'm practicing with purpose every day, but not all of the time. And I'm wondering how serious that disinterest is. Whatever, I kind of went to college. Oh, well, so that sucks. I'm very lucky to have had supportive parents, like encouraging me to go to you know, Noman. What? Did it not save? It didn't save it. Not that I think. I don't think it did. That sucks. Oh no, I found it. Oops. Hold up, people. So, I mean, that sucks. I know a lot of people who, like, went to college for something that they were, like, a not that great of a college, but simply because it offered a degree. And a lot of parents think that, like, having a degree is the most important thing, but it really isn't. Especially, it depends on the industry, right? It's like, if you're if you're supposed to become a medical doctor, then yeah, sure, it really does matter. But in this industry, you just don't, like it helps with a visa, but it's not necessary, right? Like it's not necessary to get a job, because people care about your skill, they don't care about where you graduated. Hello from Czech Republic, ahoy, what up? Yeah, it saved, it totally saved. I was very happy about that. I was like, please don't do that thing where it doesn't do, you know. College is really about dedicating yourself to a process and going to the right place for the contacts you need in the future. Yeah, I agree. But also it's like that, but if you do a lot of work on your own and then you know what kind of events to go to, and just like I hate the word network. Like I never perceive my interactions with people as networking, unless I'm legitimately just talking to a recruiter about getting a job, right? But otherwise, for me, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. I always just, whenever I talk to people, I'm more like, oh, I want to hang out and talk to people about random stuff and just like, I don't know, I'm a very social person. So I never interact with people with the intention of like, oh, this person's gonna get me a job. Like, that's not how you do it. And like, I've met people who approach going to certain events that way, and I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, I always care about the person more than necessarily like what's going to happen or whatever. Like, I don't know. But that being said, not everybody that I know that's in the industry I've met at Nomad, right? So I don't know. It's like you have to figure out how to mingle. I don't know. It's just how I view it. What's going on? Hey Donna, I have a question. How do you approach stylization consciously? I have the problem that when I sculpt, it goes more into a realistic direction, even though I'm trying to achieve a stylized sculpt. So I think actually maybe like changing up how you use tools can really help with that. So there are certain brushes that I think like really force you to stylize stuff. Such as, I mean, I always use H polish just like to do stuff like this, right? And like thinking about things more in just like simplification of forms, right? So, what I try to do is I always try to kind of like simplify. So I'm like, oh, it's not stylized enough. So I kind of like just force myself to do things where I'm like, meep, meep, you know? And like, I think that I always tend to like, I actually struggle with that like a little bit. But you know, it's a process, and there's great brushes that really help with like planarization and things like that. So like Orbs Cracks is one of, well, a really good brush for well, let me pull that up. I'm like, I feel like I need to use that brush more. So that brush I think is really great to help with stylization, but also just like trying to like simplify, like just like think about primitives as opposed to like complex shapes. So I'm like, okay, well, there's like a sphere over here, like a oblong sphere over here, and then like, oh, I could quickly stylize this, and you can always like revert. That's the thing that I like about sculpting, is like it's not set in stone, unlike marble sculpting, right? But it's like if you do something like this, can always do that, right? And it'll immediately, it's just like you're kind of, you need to analyze the forms in a simpler way to help yourself do something like that, right? What is going on? My studio, I think, gives work visa for certain people. I think I'm not 100% sure. Okay. I mean, it's like, here's the thing about like getting a visa is most people aren't going to want to sponsor you unless you've already worked at that studio, right? So that's like the issue is like, okay, well, how do you get there if they don't know how you are, right? No man has many of those kind of, oh wait, what is going on? My class at CalArts took over the animation industry. Oh my god, so many names, words, things. Okay, I'm just gonna let people read that on their own. Oops. Somebody says, like, when I was answering that stylization question, they ask, no, it's like, isn't it more about design rather than brushes? Yes, but that's the thing. It's like, if you are stuck, a brush can really help you, kind of see things in a different way, because it's like you're already struggling with the design, right? And so in order for you to simplify the design for yourself, you have to simplify your approach. So I'm like, right now this does not look like the guy. Like, I don't think this is good. Also, somebody said it's like, there's real life examples of this guy if you want to see him. Yeah, if people can send me reference links, I mean, I would appreciate it. Because I mean, I could just look it up myself, but what's the fun in that? Just filling that in. Oh, more messages. Oops. Sorry for not seeing what's going on. Yeah, can you send it like not on? I don't know. Can you? It's easier for me to check on my computer and actually look on my computer, not on my phone. So if you can like share it in the chat, that would be the best. I would appreciate that. Let me check. Ariane asks whether I work at Pixelogic. I do not. I just do this stuff. I just stream for them, but I don't work there. See, I don't wanna... Yeah, you can share links. I think somebody shared a link last time in the stream. Okay, I'm gonna work on the hair a little more. So, funny story, yesterday my dad called me to tell me that he watches my streams. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And he tells me, he's like, I am a fan. And I'm like, that is very sweet. It's just funny to me. Chat is wild. Oh yeah, it's like, hi Donna's that, just in case. Yeah, that's how I feel, where I'm like, hello, what's up? Thanks for existing. Oh, cool, thank you for sending me the link. That's what? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, hold up. I'll just do the Google thing and actually look up what this guy looks like the model itself. Man, are there any like higher resolution images of this guy? Yeah, found him. Right, I'm like, boom, there it is. Oh, cool, yeah, sculpt stuff and hold up, that's a good one. And I'm like, alright, this could be helpful. Yeah, no, do it. Oh, it's saving now, I guess. I'm just like looking at what on earth his hair is doing. Interesting. Alright, that's helpful. Let's see if anybody is saying anything. Oh, people are saying, hello, what's poppin'? Well said, and whatnot. Hello! Hello, people. What's up? I need to look the hair. I'm like, oof. Okay, so eyes need to come together closer. Eyebrows higher. Just like looking at what's going on. Has a smaller forehead? I'm not really sure. Not really sure what's going on with that. Can I please? Hello? Click on this, please. That would be great. Okay, that's great reference. Let me just new tab. Alright, perfect. Now I can actually like look at the chat while stuff is going on. Come on, don't do that. Alright, so his forehead is just like wider mouth. I don't know what he looks like. Oh yeah. Okay, so the hair is throwing me off because I'm like, this is not the right shape. And I mean, what I am approximately like 45 minutes into sculpting this. So not too terrible. Oh yeah, let me load my UI. Forgot that that's not loading. Come on, open up, please. Let's see.
And now it's just like, man, you gotta have that time where you just like disconnect from
Wait.
the scene, just the race. Like, and it's a race that I've created in my head, you know? But you have to step away from it.
Where did it go? Oh, I don't want to actually, I mean, I could look at the model later and be like, huh, this is what I didn't do correctly. But that's a different thing. Okay, let's just focus on what's happening. He also has like a bigger forehead, I feel like. Come on. Select. I'm going to paint the eyes because that's just the best. Stop making noises! How many times do I have to tell you? Like, perfect. Okay. Let's see what's going on with the eyes. So I'm just gonna move that up, scale it down a little bit, move that. Perfect. Okay. RGB, fill. Toy plastic. I'm actually going to just do that. Oops. Fill object, and then go back to RGB and do some eye painting. Oops, forgot that it's with the Z add-on. Okay, dude has blue eyes, I can tell that much. Maybe a little more gray. And then I do this. Oops. And also just like, you know, merp. Divide and bam. Okay. Eyes exist. There they are. So that's gonna help me out, and I'm going to actually work on his hair just a little more so that I get a better idea of how to make it look more like him, just for block-in purposes. It's like there's a shape here, and then this could be like symmetrical, but it's not. So I chose this concept because I was like, oh, like the structure mildly reminds me of the guy that I sculpted last week. And I was like, oh, it's going to be good practice because I already have like some experience dealing with similar shapes, so maybe I can apply that to like a more stylized form, if that makes sense. And then this is just more built up in general, like that. Let's see what is going on. Oh, thank you for liking my undead model and saying that I'm really good at sculpting. I appreciate that. It's very sweet of you. Oh, his mouth is like way too low right now, I feel like. And then that is just, yeah, that makes more sense to me. And then you can see this going on. Beautiful hair. Let me work on that a little bit. Oops, I'm just gonna dynamesh that. Like, give myself some amount of mass to work with over here. Oops. Ooh. Ugh, this is not. This does not look amazing yet. So it should be essentially, I guess the idea is that it, like, trying to decipher what's going on. I have a little bit of glare on my screen, so I'm a little bit confused. What's going on? Hey Donna! Hey Mr. William, what's up? How's it going? It's going great, I think. I think I'm like an hour into this sculpt. I have like 2 more, and I think we can get somewhere. I'm gonna actually block in the clothing soon enough so that I can just focus on everything else and not worry about it. And still have like stuff going on, because I'm like, I just want to finish this, like, more or less, like, get it to an acceptable stage by the end of the stream. So let's just do that. I'm gonna look at the endgame model and see what his hair is actually doing, because this is just a little bit confusing. Ugh, I hate what I'm doing over here. It's like, that is not a good apex. I'm like, what is going on? Why? Would you prefer to work for gaming or movies? It doesn't really matter to me. It's more about, like, I hate it when people ask. I mean, I don't hate it. It's a reasonable question, but I'm always like, if the project is cool, it's cool. Like, the pipeline itself, like, oh, will I be doing low poly this way or that way? Will I be making displacement or normal maps? Like, that's the most marginal of, you know, things within the equation. If that makes sense. I'm like, I don't think it matters nearly as much if you know how to do both, which I do. It's like, it's the project itself and the people that you work with and how organized the pipeline is, like, how much will you be learning, you know, like, what would I actually be doing? All of that matters so much more than whether it's a movie or a game. Okay, so the general shape of the head is kind of like, hold up, let me do this, where it's like, it's very angular in terms of, like, oh, what is the line of the neck, and then the hairline. It's like this. Should come in a little more. What's going on? Are there any ZBrush streamers doing environment stuff? Yes, actually, Steven Anderson is making an environment. So if you want to check that out, it's a stylized environment too. So if you want to check that out, it's like environments with character. And his first stream was actually this week. So he'll be on next week sometime. I don't know when, to be honest. But you should check the schedule and see. But I don't really know about anybody else off the top of my head, to be honest. I know there's people who do like props and things, but not specifically environment stuff, I think. Johnny Boy says he makes some environments in ZBrush, so there you go. Okay, let's change up the ears because they're not accurate right now. Should be way higher and bigger and just more ear. Interesting. Let's see if anybody's saying anything. On the other chat, nobody is. I just got like a wow. I'm like, okay, thank you. Let's make that happen. Maybe it's more like that. No, I don't feel that. But kinda. Like, let's kind of block in an eyebrow shape like that. And then the nasal labial fold seems to be more rounded out than I have it. Okay, I'm like looking at this more and more and I'm like, alright, I see what I'm not doing correctly. Which is what I like this stage of making art, because I'm like, I can more clearly see the stuff that I've done correctly, but also the stuff that I've done incorrectly. I'm like, okay, well, right. I feel like he just has way more mass going on around here. Like, that is just more forward. Forehead is more foreheady. His cheekbones could probably come out more also. Yeah, that looks more accurate to me. Yeah, starting to look better. I actually think I could, I need to work on his eyes more. His eyes are a little bit neglected. And I really do feel like they're just more inward. because you can really see the plane over here. And he, something that I have not addressed at all is just like the way that his eyes sit in the socket, right? So I can really tell that looks more like this, you know? And not exactly like that. That's not amazing. But, say that. It's like I'm trying to bring out the eyelids a little bit more. What's going on in the chat? Mysol, in exchange for knowing how you can be so good at sculpting. That's very sweet of you. I mean, I don't know, man. I can tell you what you have to identify what it is that you like about my sculpting style and like why do you think I'm good, right? Like what makes, in your opinion, what is it that makes me a successful sculptor or whatever, like a good one? And then try to figure out how to make that happen in your own life, you know? Be like, okay, well, there's always ways to approach things in like a methodological methodol. Okay, let's try again. Methodological. Yeah, there we go. I pronounced it. All I had to do was write it out. And so it's like figure out like why is it that you think that I'm good but you're not as good, which I mean, like I can't tell you if that's true or not. But also let's work on the nostrils just a little more, like do a little more of that. Curve that out. Make sure I don't have like any weird shapes going on. Okay. Ooh, like not great. His nose is just like more curved out, like not out, but it's just generally more rounded. So kind of like so. What was I saying? So it's like identify what it is that you think I'm good at and figure out a plan on how to achieve it, because it's like, oh, I think she's a good sculptor because she's fast. So it's like, okay, well, how do you get fast? Through practice, right? You don't just, it doesn't just happen. Alright, I'm not touching anything. Please save normally, that would be amazing. Let me see if I missed any questions and oh, okay, let's save. Hey, hold up, why is this stuck? Hello, is hold up, let me check if everything's okay. Is everything functioning? Please tell me everything's okay. Yes, everything's okay. Yes, there we go. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, I need an SSD. Which I want to buy on Black Friday. Oh, okay, interesting. I'm like noticing a lot of stuff about this guy's face. Okay. Like inflate this general area. There we go. So let's also add Heard underscore me says, I kiss a man today. Okay. Cool. When and how did you end up in LA? So I moved to LA when I was 18, which was 4 years ago. I like moved here literally like 4 years and like a month and a half ago. And I moved to LA to study at Newman School of Visual Effects in Hollywood. And I'm currently trying to, you know, stay and work here, but it's not that simple. Like, I need a visa. So, that's my life right now. I'm just hanging out and streaming and stuff. No, I'm like, I don't know. I'm currently just like trying to work on my work. Whoa, Noman, that stopped. Yeah, no, Noman was great. Noman was like really what helped me figure out like what I want to pursue and like figure out what it is that I'm good at. Because I went into Noman not knowing what I wanted to do. I was just like, I just want to work in entertainment, and that's all I know. And so what ended up happening was like second term, I realized that I'm very passionate about sculpting, like in clay, right? And so I didn't get into 3D until a year into the program, because this track doesn't exist anymore, but it was the 3-year program. Sorry, the program doesn't exist anymore. It was a 3-year program. So the first year was me learning like foundational like 2D oriented stuff. So it's like I took all the 2D classes, I took like designing classes and things like that, and I'm like, I love designing, but I'm really like, I'm not that fast at it. I'm not that fast at drawing. But then when I took the sculpture class, I really felt like it resonated with what I like to do. And it was like one of my first, like during that class, I had one of my first and most important like artistic breakthroughs, and it's like how I approach work has remained the same. And I was talking about it earlier in the stream. It's like approaching your work like an essay, like figuring out your destination with your work is the most important aspect of creating any project. Like where do you want to go? If you're just kind of like loosey-goosey with it, of course you're not going to end up with a solid piece, because you just can't decide on a direction, and everything that you do will be pointing in different directions. Is it hard for European people to get a visa to work there? It depends on the visa. So I know that it's more difficult to get the H-1B, but I feel like it's gotten easier to get the O-1 visa. It also depends what country you're from. I don't know. Honestly, like, I feel like I know a handful of people who've gotten their visa, so it's not impossible, but it's not easy. You definitely have to have like a plan of how to approach it. It's also expensive. Like, okay, I get it. I'm like, alright, so it's like, I'm like, there is a shape over there that I don't have, but it's because of like this fans out, but there's still quite a bit of this going on, from what I can tell. And then maybe I could add, you know, like more cheekbone, but also like more return on the cheekbone in this area. Right. So you end up with like this shape. I guess it's easier if you get hired. Not easier, it's required. Like you have to be, like somebody has to sponsor you in order for you to get a visa. It's like you have to have a job lined up, otherwise it's not, like there's no reason for the US government to be like, oh yeah, here's a visa, even though you don't have like a job offer or anything. There you go. You know, that doesn't happen. And it doesn't make sense for it to happen either. Ooh. Yeah, I don't have like enough curvature going on here. So I'm trying to reinstall that. Adding, you know, more form into this charming man's face. Let's see. So where are you from? Thought you were from the US, but from another state or something. No, no, no. I'm from the charming lands of Macedonia and Slovakia. I'm like, oh, you can't tell from my accent? There you go. Let's see. Let's have a little bit of more of that going on. There we go. Like, even though I'm trying to do something stylized, I still want people to be able to tell what the skull underneath feels like. That makes sense. No, I'm not a native English speaker, so yeah. But sometimes people do think I'm like LA native, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? But thank you. I'll take it. So what's important is also like figuring out areas where you want to have more detail, like just concentrating a specific pinch or line somewhere. Something to help the eye like flow around the piece of art. There we go. And let me just reinstill some of the harshness from over here. And yeah, that I feel like could be still more filled out from like this area over here. Like figuring out exactly what this area over here looks like is a little bit of a challenge. Let's see. It's almost like there's more return on here than I have happening also. Like, just filling this out more. What's going on? Once sculpted, how do you pose your models? These spheres transpose. I guess it's better to do divide than Dynamesh. Yeah, so I either use Mixamo or I just use the transpose master. But I want to learn the Maya. Like I know that they added some like auto rigging tools that I want to learn. Sounds like I should. Sounds pretty sweet. Okay, I'm going to go in and work a little more on the clothing, so there's something going on. You know, it's not naked. So let's do that. So I'm just going to quickly figure. Yeah. I could do it just like in panels and things like that, but like the sleeves, for example, I'm like, I'll just make that a separate subtool. Why not? I could also just like omit the shoulders so there's like no weird projection thing going on. I'm just gonna go in and do this thing where I extract. It's too much. Extract. Still. Okay, that's good. Accept. And I'll just zero mesh it. What do you recommend us to do in order to improve our sculpting skills? Sculpt more. No, it all has to do with how you interpret reference, right? Is like building observational skills is the most important portion, right? It's like if you're not observing your reference correctly, then you're just like, no matter how much you practice, it's in vain, right? So the whole thing about that is really focusing on understanding your reference and like learning from scans. I always recommend learning from scans because that's the best reference you can get. It really is. And so figuring out ways to help you deconstruct reference in a way that is beneficial to learning, that's the most important. And then like everything else is like speed and like technique, that all comes through practice. But if you don't practice accordingly, what does it matter, right? Practice doesn't make perfect if all that you're practicing is not well approached. That makes sense. I'm just like trying to fix this. I could also just like I don't like that it has a hole in there. So I'm gonna like Dynamesh this and then I'll redo the thing. Just gonna, you know, do this over here. Dynamesh, zero mesher. What's going on? How do you improve observation skills? So for me, what helps me is actually doing, and that's why I like to do likeness sculpting, is because you're not just like doing whatever you want. It's like it has to look like this specific thing. So it's like trying to work on accuracy is very important. Like trying to, for me, that's why I like likeness. It's all just a learning exercise and like, oh, how can I improve how I see forms? And so another good thing that every now and then I do is just sculpting in physical clay, because then you don't have all the tools you have in ZBrush. It's like you really have to figure out like how can you observe in ways that help you. So one of the things that I think is very important is learning how to read shadow shapes, because at the end of the day all you're doing is like sculpting. All you're doing is creating light and shadow. You're not sculpting forms, you're sculpting light and shadow, which obviously doesn't apply the same way if you're creating like a very stylized hand-painted model. That's very different. But at the same time, it's like with more sculptural work, and it's like when the lighting is like how light interacts with the forms is what I try to understand the most. So I think if you try to teach yourself to look in that way, it will be helpful, you know? Oof, what's going on with that arm? Oh. Alright, can we get back to the sleeve? Thanks for the reply. I hate to fix the deformations after posing. I will not ask for more. You learn a lot from watching your sculpt. Thank you. No, if you want, like, you can ask all the questions you want. Like, I'm here to do that, right? Otherwise, I'm just going to be shouting into the void. But, what was I gonna say? I don't know. I wish I knew what I was talking about half the time. I also have very beautiful singing skills. But okay, so also like please ignore this like face mesh. It's not great. Whatever. Who cares? But another thing is just like if you want to get better at texturing, you look at real life reference. But so observational skills in terms of like sculpture, especially in terms of anatomy, like learning from life. Learn from life, right? That's the best way. Because that's when you start to notice just how even though shapes are very diverse, they always follow certain patterns. You know? I'm gonna zero mesh this. Accuracy in terms of getting it as close as possible as the reference. Yeah, clay must be fun. Yeah, makes sense. Yes. I hope that answered your questions. Listen, I sing on I think every stream of mine. It's okay. I feel like people should just people are probably just used to it at this point. Let's see. Let's like okay, sure. Like I'm just gonna move this lower. Well, at this point I also feel like I don't really need to see the body, so I'm just gonna, you know, do this thing. Oh, you are so rude. saving the in progress file while it looks not that great. Ooh. Let me see if anybody's asking anything else. Makeup portrait. Yes, facial rig is more difficult because you have to know, well, the paint weight tool in Maya. I mean, I've used the paint. I've tried rigging before. Not the. I'm not a rigger. Yeah, right. Autosave. It always likes to show off the best moments. Um. Okay. Kinda gonna. What? Oh wow, that is what I call rude. Yeah, that is rude. I'm just going to go ahead and gonna do that thing where I just delete it. Oh, but be careful, because I'm also deleting this stuff. I need to learn Marvelous Designer. That's what's up. Oops. Oh no. How do I do this? There we go. I'm just trying to like clean that up. Oops. Okay, perfect. Delete hidden. You know, Dynamesh. Zero mesh. Should be fine. We don't need me to pick up that habit. What habit? I'm confused. I don't know what I talked about like 5 seconds ago. I would love to know, however... Mention what? I don't know what I said. What did I talk about? I don't have the best of attention spans. Also, please, 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 please be nice to me and don't crash. What did I say? I already forgot. I was like cleaning up the sleeves and that's all I remember doing. Oh, Marvelous Designer. Why? I'm confused. It's me all the time. I'm like, why? What's happening? I'm so confused. Alright. Great. We got that there. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know it. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, okay, good for him. There we go. Well, so the thing is, like, one day I want to really get into, like, fashion and stuff like that. So I gotta learn it. Okay, this is taking longer than I had anticipated. Come on, just get the sleeves on there. It's not that hard to exist as a sleeve, you know? Yeah, it just needs more subdivision models, because right now it's just looking wonky. I need to look at the reference of like what the sleeves actually look like. But I do want to like render this out and whatnot. And be like, yeah, I can make art. Look at that. Making art person. Donna. That's me. Okay. I'm like, let's hide it. Oops. No, I'm like, let's just focus on the stuff we're going to be looking at. Same thing with this. Oh, let me divide that first though. And I'm just gonna do that cheaty make cheat person thing. Like inflate. And then just do this. Like, hold up. Do that. And like merp. What? No. Yes. Just whatever, you know. Inflate one more time. Oop. Just, you know. So I would actually most likely just like model this out in Maya. But you know, it's nice to have a block in. There we go. And I mean, like that's not what that looks like, but it's okay. It's easy to fix afterwards when you actually get to cleaning this stuff up. And then with this, how can I approach that? Okay, let's give him like a... Okay, I'll approach the collar in... This is symmetrical. Okay, duplicate that. Like, delete higher, I guess. And let's go with the tubes, like the strappy brush. So I'm like, whoop. There it is. It's part one. Oh, what I could do, because it tapers, I can, curve function, no, curve modifiers. Oh, I guess it's not affected by the curve. Let's do this. Where it, just kind of does that. So if I go ahead and do this, I get what I want. Yeah, no. Oh, that's not what I want. It kind of is. Oops, not, no. Okay, let's try and redo that. Yeah, that's fine. Ish. Okay. Amazing. Let's keep it at that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with the Z Modeler brush. Oops. Come on, Z Modeler. And oops. Add more edge loops. Okay, I'm going to have to do this. Edge loop. Right, edge loop here and an edge loop over there. Oops. No, okay, I'm going to crease this because this is just not. What? No. Okay. Split groups, where is it? Groups, blah, blah, blah. What? Okay, split hidden. Alright, so I'm going to crease. Where's crease? Crease, edge loop complete. So I'm just gonna crease all the edges and they're creased. And divide, or no, I'm gonna delete the higher and add just, oops, add an edge loop. No, insert, yes. Add like 2. Add 1 right here. Oh, that's weird. Wow, the topology on this, I'm not digging it, but whatever. Just, ugh, I don't know. I don't know, my people. This is weird. But yeah, so if anybody has any questions about what I am doing, how I approach things in my life, what my favorite condiment is, you're more than welcome to ask. I feel very strongly about condiments. I recently bought mustard thinking that I would love it, and I was proven wrong. It was not a good mustard, unfortunately. Where do you get that fancy headphones? Oh, I made the headphones myself. Yeah, I'm one of those DIY people. Actually, so that's why I'm like so excited about getting the Form 2, is I can't wait to make even cooler like headdresses and things like that. It's gonna be so sweet. So that, like, it's more straight when you go like that. It's just not that thick either. I'm gonna fix this in Maya later, to be honest. I just kind of need the idea of what it's going to look like. How did you learn ZBrush? I went to school that had a ZBrush class, but honestly, I'm still learning ZBrush. Like, you know, it's a never-ending learning process, but you know, I actually had a class in ZBrush at Nomen, which is where I went to school, and it was pretty good. But I can't say that everything I've learned about ZBrush I learned in that class, you know? Not even like half of what I learned about ZBrush I learned in that class. So it's a process. Let's see. Yeah, I need to model this in Maya. I don't like doing this in ZBrush. Why don't you use the topology brush to have more control over the straps? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't really use the topology brush very much, to be honest. So yeah. Oh, okay. And that's fine, I guess. I'm like... okay, let's focus on that. Just going to... I mean, I'll just... Okay. Solo... that... Let's see if I can just... Oh, I should... Okay. Delete lower, delete higher, and extract. That's way too much. And I mean, there's probably like a thing for this, but I'm like too lazy to figure that out right now. Why must you be this way? Extract. No! How rude. Okay, whatever. Let's forget that for now. I'm like, this is bothering me way too much. Okay, so let's go back to this thing over here. Take curve, snap. So actually I didn't do a lot of pre-planning while I chose this concept. Usually like I would have a much better idea of how to approach the projects that I'm working on, just so I can do it in the most structured way possible and be like, this is how I'm gonna do this, this is how I'm gonna do that. I didn't really do, like, I literally decided on this concept like an hour before I started the stream. Otherwise, I also just use Maya for more precise stuff that I'm working on. It's just easier for me. Oops. Okay. I would just, whoop. Split hidden, and then I would just go and duplicate, and I don't think I need this anymore anyway, so I would just delete it. Okay. And then scale that down, move it up, make it his collar. You know. Oh, is it not? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, I don't really like using ZModeler though. That's the thing. Let's see. I mean, ZModeler, I like to use. No, I don't know. It's just like the retopology tools and just like, I don't know, certain stuff. It's like I have to get into like a ZModeler mood in order to use it to do actual modeling. So it's like during the Sculpt off I did, but it's like I had so much preparation for that. And I'm like, okay, this is how I'm going to approach it. And this is like, I know exactly what where is and how to do it. But for like my streams, I'm just trying to chill out a little bit, you know, get some mileage in. But I'm not trying to like put some weird arbitrary pressure on myself just because people are watching me, you know. I don't need that kind of stress in my life. And also, like, I'm like, nobody's paying me to do this, so, yeah, no. Love it or leave it. There we go. Let's see. Okay, so there's like a lot of cool layering going on. So this should be higher, kind of like so. The headphones, I need the headphones. Great tips, by the way. Thank you, Sebastian. That's very sweet of you. I made them, well, they're kind of falling apart. You see, like, this, like, oh, that fell off. But, You can make them yourself. Actually, I want to make them like even cooler, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. I might buy some random jewelry supplies for Black Friday, so I can make these even cooler. You know. Let's see. Oops. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. A bubbo. There we go. Okay, so I have an hour left of the stream, which I think I'm actually at like a pretty decent point. In terms of progression. Yeah. So how that's going, I'm not disappointed in myself. Let's do this. Let me check if anybody else is saying anything. No. Nobody is, but if you want to, feel more than welcome to say things. I think I am nice, kind of, sometimes. I'm nice if you're nice, you know? If you're not, then I have no incentive to, depends, you know. You're doing great, Donna. Thank you. I appreciate it. Where can I find your art station, Donna? Just look up my name. Look up, right. Can somebody link my art station? I would be very grateful. So if you look up Donna Urdinov, you'll find me. Thank you. How do you deal with burnout? So I actually experienced burnout when I was in high school. I haven't really experienced it yet since starting 3D or like doing 3D because I feel like there's just like an endless amount of things that I could do. Like I actually deal with this thing where I'm like, I feel like it's in my lifetime I will not be able to do all the things that I want to do. So in terms of burnout, I just don't, I always feel like there's more that I could do. I always feel like there's more that I could make happen, so I just have not experienced it yet. I'm never like in a lack of inspiration because I'm like, oh, if I don't know, I could always just like do the study of this person or like, you know, experiment, and I feel like it's just so open that I have yet to experience burnout. But with when I was in high school, I experienced it because back then I was doing 2D, right? And why are you so weird? What, you know, how I got out of it by going to Nomen and going to art school and actually pursuing art that like an art education that presented art to me in a way that was very, it made sense to me and it was very likable. You know, and in a way it's like I finally felt like I had found the thing that I'm passionate about, and it's like I feel like burnout is very easy when it comes to ideas, but it's like when you don't necessarily have to make your own ideas, but you're using somebody else's, so like you're using somebody else's concept or like you're replicating somebody else's photograph. It's very different. I feel like it just doesn't function the same way, but I understand that a lot of times people get burned out from like working too much, and I do feel that to a certain amount, and so then I just try to do something different that's still creative. Let's see, I could make even more. So it's like, I know some people, like, they decide to do other creative hobbies like dancing or something, where it's like you still have a creative outlet. It just is not what you do as a job. So it's like, if you feel like you're burnt out with doing 3D, maybe you should try doing sculpture or like painting or something like that, where it's like you still have that creative outlet. It's just not what you do for money. It's not the same thing that you do as you would
just the race.
at your job.
And it's a race that I've created in my head. You have to step away from it.
I don't think you know what burnout is. Okay. I mean, I literally just went over that, where, yes. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I have not experienced it, so I don't think that I can give the appropriate help for that. But from people that I know who have gone through it, what kind of helps them is just, you know, finding other outlets for creativity. So at least you feel like you're doing something. What is going on? How old are you? I am 22. Crazy, right? Like, 10 years ago, I was 12. That is insane. It's only gonna get worse. Also, like, you know, I'm just gonna go back and model this in Maya. I just need the block out for it. This is like the most Dynameshy thing I could have done. I don't recommend. Nah, okay, let's skip that. That's not good. I'm just gonna make a separate subtool for this. Append square. Wait, hold up. Let's put that over here. Are you counting the amount of times I say I'm sorry that I think. Actually, no. So I every now and then I actually watch my streams and I'm like, how could I improve? Like, what do I do that's annoying, possibly? And I do say a lot. I'm sorry about that. I am not. Maybe one day I'll get better at it. Now I feel self-conscious. Thanks. I did it again! I should, like, initialize that, actually. Where is it? See, instead of saying I just let out a very strange sound. Is it difficult to afford living in LA? Well, I mean, I don't always. That's the thing, is like, I just kind of visit LA. I don't actually live here. And I also think it's like, it depends where you live. It depends what your job is. Just saying, just like, that question is not. And I mean, okay, I lived here for 3 years, right? And it is expensive. What you're asking is like, is it expensive? I'm like, yes, it is. God. Thanks for pointing that out to me and making me think about how many times I say It's not necessarily bad. I'm joking. I appreciate it. we go. It's a tie, sort of. It's getting there. Oh! Because I always feel like I should be talking all the time because I'm streaming. And instead I just say, But, okay, and so the other day I realized how not great dubs are. So I was like, oh, maybe I should watch some anime. I mean, put some anime in the background while I'm working. But obviously, I can't have the subtitles on because I don't want to be like distracted by having to read. God, dubs, man, not a good time. Hell, now I will have to watch the recorded stream to check if they really are 68. They're probably more, to be honest. Whoa, counting. I know, right? Well, maybe they're playing like a drinking game, so they know. They're like, can you stop doing that? Oh, thanks. Whatever. There we go. There we go. Huh. So, okay, this extends further. See, I'm replacing the with the like pop out. Let's see. Pop out. Any tips for having patience with modeling? Seems like progress is slow even for the pros. I'm not a particularly patient person, so my best advice is to figure out how to essentially cheat as much as you can. It's like, and still ending up with a product that is proper, if that makes sense. So at the end of the day, what's most important is the outcome, right? And if the outcome is right, it doesn't matter how you got there. I mean, no, that's not true. If you just download other people's models and like modify them slightly and you're like, yeah, I did that, that's not what I mean. But just like figuring out ways of how to accelerate your workflow, and like finding tools that can help you accelerate your workflow is always good. Let's see. Let's see that. Blah, blah, blah. Oh. And there we go. I think that looks okay-ish. I mean, I'll have to revisit that later. Like, the wobbliness of the curves is killing me. Oh no! Oh no! I did a thing. I said again. God damn it! I said it again. There we go. Shouldn't rush things, even though design work takes time. Oh no, design work takes way more time, I feel like. And as it should, right? But having a balance of speed as well as, like, I don't know. Also, I think a way to accelerate speed is like pre-planning. You know, having like a plan of how you're going to approach things, and hold up. If you have a plan of how you're going to approach things, it's going to speed up the process so much faster. Because then you already have like a sense of confidence, being like, okay, I know what I'm doing, I know how I'm gonna get there. Like, I have a destination that I need to get to, and if you have that destination, then getting there is just so much easier, right? Should be, at least. Okay. Let's give him buttons, or no, let's make the glasses. The buttons are just like the least important part of this. Let's see. Okay. What's going on? Design is all about going back and forth, so yeah, a ton of time. What's going on? I can't help that I say I'm sorry. It's not up to me. I mean, it kind of is, but you get what I'm saying. I don't do it on purpose. There we go. Let's just fix this weird eyebrow area that I don't love. There we go. Somewhat better. I'm new here and it looks damn good. I like it. Thank you so much! We're about 2 hours into this, so I appreciate it. I mean, I'm gonna make the ears a little more voluminous, because I feel like they should be. They're also just like generally more angular, which makes sense if you're making like a more low poly character. Okay, back to the point. Well, alright, maybe add a little more planarization around there. I said again. I am so sorry. Okay, so I'm missing like a curve right there. But also this needs to come in more. And it just feels to me like I've given this just like too much curvature. Should be a little more like straight down. Oh, huh. Interesting. There are people who specialize in helping you overcome and other speech patterns. I saw one former CEO of mine improve a ton over a year with training, but you have to focus on it and train. Well, I don't do it in real life. I don't say nearly as much, but when I'm streaming, I do it simply because I feel like I need to be talking all the time. Otherwise, I'm not that bad at it. It's a very stream specific thing that I'm dealing with. If that makes sense. But if it's not, I would appreciate if people let me know. Also, I suddenly have a craving for like potatoes. Feeling very Eastern European. Maybe that'll make it better. Yeah, I think that helps. There we go. Oh, okay, it's saving. I didn't notice the ums until, yeah, I know. I know. Wait, like more face or something. Here's my face. I tried to do something with my makeup. I don't know if it's holding up well, cause like glitter can get weird sometimes. Yeah, it's not holding up. I don't know if it's because I didn't use primer or something, but it's like, ugh, you know, it's just, I don't know what's going on. I'm not having a great makeup day, but it's okay. Stop saying, there we go. Better. Oh, and he has, so his hair, the hairline, at least over here, seems to be like, okay, so this is more out, this is more like that. Just something along these lines. Okay, works for me. I tried to stop saying ums while recording. Now I say so all the time. How many times do you know ZBrush? So I started learning ZBrush a little under 3 years ago, I would say. I keep looking at the tools that you use and how you use them, and I put it in my notebook so the rest does not bother me. Hey, that's great. Also, my eyelash is falling off. How great is that, right? Okay, let's see if I can just kind of like... That was painful. Okay, it's just gonna keep falling off. I might... Okay, I'm like... Do I remove it or do I leave it on my face hanging? Like, let's have a vote. What do I do with this? Or do I glue it back on? We have like 3 options. And I think one of those is going out of the window really quickly. Remove? Man, okay. I'm like, do I remove both of them? Right? I think I should just roll with it. Right? Just be like, yep, this is me. You're welcome. Is there any other way to make those smooth part without using Z-Modeler? What smooth part are you talking about? Are you only... I use H-Polish to smooth stuff out. Do you recommend any specific tutorial for hair? What kind of hair are you looking for? Are you trying to sculpt hair? Are you trying to do, like, rendered hair, like X-Gen? Are you trying to do hair cards? Like, what are you trying to... Okay, this is, like... Right. Fix it and be spectacular. Oh, you know what? I should probably do that. Yeah, this is not. Okay, I'll just take it off on camera and be like, I need to fix this situation. Yeah. Maybe I should just continue doing this. Okay, I'll be right back. It's gonna be literally like 30 seconds, so don't leave, or you could leave, whatever. I'm back. First stream I've ever attended for a lash break. Well, yeah, this is the worst eyelash glue, by the way. If you wear fake eyelashes, don't buy this. It's horrible, but it's the only thing I have right now. Gross. I mean, I can like talk and explain while I do this. So let's see. Oh, like make it. I'm not gonna do that. Let's see. Wait, did this person? Both. Okay, so for sculpted hair, I would actually check out how actual sculptors approach sculpting hair. But also, I use the Dylan Ekran hairbrush a lot for sculpted hair. And then for hair cards, Adam Scott has a really good hair tutorial. And there's just like a lot of really good hair card stuff on the Level 80 website. So I'm gonna have to use like my phone camera to see what I'm doing. And usually I would like reapply the eyeliner, but right now I just don't care. I just need this on my eye. You're all welcome. Like, oh no, it's going to fall off again. Amazing. Well, there you go. It's back on. People are like, what is this girl doing? And I'm like, yeah, the technical difficulties, but like real life technical difficulties. I'm back to sculpting now. Girls use so much stuff while I'm lazy to even shave my beard. I mean, not all girls, right? I personally care a lot about how I present myself to the world. So, yeah. That's a weird thing going on here. Let's remove that from existence. What's going on? Donna, I meant that it's superfluous that all people have mania. It was not a criticism. On the contrary, I value your time. Sorry you understood my wording wrong. I have no idea what you said. I actually like need to scroll up and figure out what it is that you were saying. So was it content? Oh, okay. No, I don't think I was offended by anything you've said because I obviously don't remember. No, don't worry about it. Yeah, no, my viewership just dropped by like more than 20 people. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. This is just part of my life that I guess I expose on stream or something, and people are like, why is this girl doing that thing? And I'm like, I don't know. It's unfortunate, but it happens, and you're not always prepared for all situations that life throws at you, such as your eyelash falling off in the middle of your stream. Okay, so I'm going to do like that, I think. Maybe just a little bit thicker, and I'm gonna clip, clip it. Clip rectangle, okay. So I'm just gonna, whoop. You know, not perfect, but whatever. Give him bigger. Mirror and weld. Oh, very interesting. Oops. Okay, so that's closer together, so his nose must be, alright, let's turn perspective on. So his nose in this area must be more in, kind of like that, and then it flares up and out. Let's get like a cube in there. So just scale that down. What's going on in chat? Oh my god! It's, well, Ingen X3D, which is like, I don't know if you're the Ingen that I know, or if you're just like a random Ingen who is showing up in my stream, but either way, welcome. What's going on? What 3D programs do you know without ZBrush? I know Maya, Substance Painter, Substance Designer. What else do I know? I know a lot, actually. I'm like, I have a list on my resume. So right. God, why can't I think? Mari, right? I kinda know how to use Unreal. Like, I have basic Unreal knowledge. I know how to use, I mean, Marmoset is a viewer. It's not really like a program, but I love I really like using Marmoset for baking maps, for games. And then, what else do I know how to use? I mean, like, I know how to use V-Ray. I actually know how to use Mental Ray back before, you know, people were like, yeah, this is not a thing anymore. Oh, wait, okay, I will stream on my stream. The glasses are tilted forward from the top. No, yeah, the glasses are tilted. I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm just making the general shape right now. Because, okay, so there'll probably be something like so, right? Let's make that skinnier. Then one more thing where it's kind of like that. Alright. There we go. And boom. Okay, so that looks okay. Let's mirror and weld it. Then just mirror and weld that. And merge. Okay, and okay. And now I can be like, okay, so that goes like that. What? Why is the middle part not? What? Where are you? Solo. Okay. So move. Okay. So weird that I didn't want to do that. Okay. Yeah. Right, and then that goes up there. And I mean, obviously there should be some curvature going on with the glasses, both up and outward, like that. Ah, it keeps selecting like the edges that I don't want it to. Okay. Hi Donna, maybe you already said this, but do you use a special lighting setup or any special material in ZBrush? So I have my own material that I like to use a lot once I get to like the poly painting stage, but right now I'm just using the basic material, like this over here, and so I use that and I just use the default lighting. But I like to switch up the materials every now and then. Hold up, let me... Oops, perspective is on. Let me like auto groups, mirror and weld, and then rotate this. Like I need it to where I need it to be. That. And then, you know, just like do that thing where I'm like do. Yeah, I'm going back into Maya and fixing this. Because this is not how you make glasses happen, but whatever. No, let's go back. Let's not be that person. I'm gonna go ahead and whoops, like take that. Oops, trying to see. Yeah, that's good. And so I'm just why do you do that? What about weird. Oh, I know why. Okay. Ooh, I don't like that. Whatever. Yeah, that's why it's not liking what I'm doing, is the flow of the topology. So I'm just going to quickly, okay, let's do that. And I'm going to actually like zero mesh it. Default material, so you killed red wax as default material. Yes. Yes, I did. Let me see if anybody's writing anything in the Facebook chat. Because, you know, I like to check on things. Hi from Japan. Hello. Kinda got a John Hamm vibe. Oh, yeah, that's true. Which brings me to the best topic of all time. You know, Black Mirror. That John Hamm episode, probably like the best Black Mirror episode. Okay, let's do that thing where I'm like do. And then rotate downward. Well, lower and then rotate downward. Again, like I am going to go back into Maya and do this, but it's good for a block-in, so I know where the shapes should be. That makes sense. Ooh, oh. There we go. Let's see if that's doing what I wanted to. Alright, oops. Oh, gross! Wow, that is really gross. I don't like that at all. What happened? What did I do? Ugh. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Okay. That happened. Alright. Oof. Alright. Yeah, that's way better. Nope. Just maybe larger slightly. Yeah. Okay. Like, these glasses are... Woof. Yeah. There we go. I can hide that now. They seem to be like higher up on the nose though. There we go. He can see now. Whee! But also should do that thing. There we go. Just move that back. Okay, the glasses intersecting with the skull. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Right? It's starting to look like the dude. Uh-huh. Right? So let me actually show you the material that I like to use, which I don't have loaded in. Let me do that. There it is. This is the thing that I like to use for preview purposes in ZBrush. So I can actually go in and like do some of that right now where I'm like, okay, let's make the tie red. Oops. So I'm gonna fill the object and then that should be like a skin color. I mean skin, like a medium white person skin tone. Kinda like that. Maybe slightly more pink. Too pink. More desaturated. Darker? Yeah, that seems about right. So I'm just going to fill... What? Oh, I get it. Ooh, gross. Okay, fill object. There we go. So that is that. Maybe more green, slightly. Yeah, that looks about right. Oops. And so what I'll actually... Brown... I think his temples need to be pushed in a bit. Yeah, I think so too. I'll do that. Fill object. Oh, but I'm also not using perspective. Alright. So fill that, and then with that, his hair is pretty black. I need to work on that hair ASAP. Maybe not like super black, maybe like Oh, it's not being affected there. Maybe something more like that. Same thing with the glasses. Fill that. And bam, we have something. So I'm going to quickly do a poly paint on this dude. Well, first I'm gonna push the temples in a little bit, like over here. Yeah, that seems a little more accurate to me. Right, so something like that. And now I'm just going to go ahead and do some poly painting. And I'm going to load in a brush that I made in collaboration with XMD brushes, which you can find in the horror pack. It's called the Skin Rash. Brush. So I think if I do this, yeah, you can check it out, right? You can see the link and all that. So I just, like, it's a great brush for stuff like this. It's a good thing to start out with a color palette like this, and then like you go over it and you make it less apparent or whatever. But it's a good like noise brush. Actually going to look at how they dealt with the texturing in the game itself. It's like rosy cheeks. Rosy cheeks. And then more yellow desaturated forehead. I'm like do. Oh yeah, and I need to draw on the eyebrows. I'm like, haha, this looks not amazing, to be honest. Not gonna lie, I'm not impressed, but don't worry about it, it'll get better. Oh yeah, and he has stuff going on. I can't really tell what's going on because I have so much glare on my screen. Okay, I guess it's saving. Oof. Well, we got 15 minutes left, so if anybody is curious about anything while I'm still here, feel free to let me know. You know. Otherwise, I'm just. Oh my god, that red wax cat. Who made that? That's crazy. Oh my god. Let me quickly look at some reference. Well, let's. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I did not expect that for some reason. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so rosy cheeks. But I need to give him stronger eyebrows. Come on. Don't do this to me. Come on! Click on. Oh, it's because of restream. Okay. Let's move you over here. Okay. Alright. I see what's going on. So, This needs to be, oh, let me smooth that up. This needs to be stronger. And then also this needs to kind of do that thing where it just kind of like fades, right? But also, oh, this is something that I completely neglected, is like this shape. Oops. There we go. Ah. Like that. That. Right. I just do that. Oops. Oh no, I'm making him more and more bald. This is a problem. Like, his forehead is just not that huge. Maybe I just need to, like, do that. Oops. Is that the right shape? Yeah, that looks better, in my opinion. Oops. Honestly, I'm gonna remove this for now because it's distracting, the glasses. Okay. And I'm just gonna go in and do the fadey thingy. Right, so something like that. Oops. Kinda like that. Oh, and now I realize that it's only one-sided. Ah. Okay. Amazing. Whatever, we'll ignore the fact that the other side of this is just ignored. Let's make it more gray, though. Like, more... Oops. More of this colorlessness going on. And then another thing is just, like, cleaning up this. Because I'm, like, looking at how it was textured. Oops. Oh, that's why it's not working, because I'm, like, working on the wrong thing. Oops. Alright, so it's like that, and then it just kind of, you know, it's chilling out. And then, something like that. Give him eyebrows. Eyebrows, very important. Something that I should have done sooner, but whatever, you know. Boom. Eyebrow. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that though. There's like this thing going on. Like doo-doo-doo. You know? Like doo-doo-doo, that's exactly what's going on. I'm so good at describing. I'm actually at a pretty low subdivision level now. Oh, what? Okay, well, whatever. Something I'll deal with the future. Deal with in the future. And there we go. Right. Looks kind of close. I feel like I could upturn his eyes a little bit though. Like, just bring them more up. Like, cause I like the eyebrows. I just think this could be more like that. And then his eyes move. Would end up doing this thing. Oh yeah, I think maybe if I you know, I don't know. I'm trying, okay? His ears should be like just more out there. There we go. Now I'm like, oh, maybe this should just be more pronounced. Right, and I'm like, okay, looks like a thing. Let's look at the time. I have 6 more minutes. So I'm gonna see how much I can maximize the not that large amount of time I have left to work on this. Like maybe I could make this more out there. Nobody will know if you don't rotate the model. Yeah, I know. Where can we get that brush again? Yes, I'll link it. Like, let me show you. I'm like, so it's under the XMD source, like XMD Donna. I'll see if I can just like find it very easily by Googling. Oh my god, no, restream chat, go away. Okay. Ah, come on. Do the thing. So it is, let me show, like I'll link it right now. Where's Pixelogic? There you go. So that's where you can find the amazing brush that I made that I'm very proud of. So move the light so the light shadow is more similar. Yeah, no, the problem is that this material does not get affected by light, get affected by lighting because it's a matte cap. So the lighting is baked in, so it doesn't even matter, to be honest, what I do or don't do. Let me move the eye though, because the eye is in a incorrect spot. Here to the eyelid. Oof. Okay. Thanks. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, that feels way better. So I'll just very quickly give him the buttons. Append cylinder. And let's make it like that. Yeah, that's good enough for me. So I'm just going to, you know, do that thing where I rotate. Move down, scale down. Z modeler. Oh, okay. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm going to polygroup this, but okay, you know what? Oh my god. Okay, polygroup by normals. Let's inset this. Perfect. Then polygroup, polyloop. No, not like that. This way. And then just Q-mesh the... Oh, I could have just Q-mesh the poly loop. It's fine. And there we go. And now I can just scale this a little bit more like that. Divide. Have a button. Put it over here. Maybe make it a little bit chunkier. Scale down a little bit. Up. Down. Up. Okay, delete lower. And that, whatever, you know, reposition it. And bam. He's got it. They're happening. So let's pick a different brush so I can just like show off what's happening. And obviously he's like looking in a certain direction and it's like somewhat posed and whatnot. But generally speaking, I mean, let's do it like that. Like if I can't look at the sleeves, I'm like, the highlight is killing me. Let's fix that real quick. There we go. It looks like a thing. So it kind of looks like what I want it to look like, you know? Move the light so that, oh wait, hold up, what's going on? Looks great. Thank you! Okay, well it's 4 p.m. now. I made this thing. I think it looks close enough to what I need it to look like. And let's see what the topology on his face ended up looking like, because I'm like, that's not bad at all, actually. So you can look at how that looks. I'm not gonna have to fix like too much. Obviously, I want to go back and fix a bunch of stuff regarding this. But I don't know, I think I might just like finish this bust because it's pretty straightforward and simple, I think. You know. So yeah, thanks to everybody who showed up in the stream and asked questions and talked to me and you know, contributes in my life. And if anybody like has suggestions on what they would like to see on next week's stream, let me know. I don't do requests, but I am always open to suggestion. So I might do like a realistic thing next week because I like to, you know, alternate between like something that's realistic and something that's stylized, and you know the deal. So yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks for the stream and especially the eyelash tips. I know, you're welcome. Everybody's welcome for that beautiful like malfunction of my face. Yeah, that was something. And yeah, people saw that. Yeah, alright. Goodbye, and I'll start streaming on like my own account more often soon. I've just been like kind of busy, right? So yeah, goodbye, see you next week, maybe, possibly.